Wit reached into a bag at his feet and slipped out a different flute, this one painted with a shiny red lacquer. He twirled it in his hand.
If only there were something we could do with these curious pieces of wood. They have holes in them that seem intended for some arcane purpose, beyond the understanding of mere mortals.
Kaladin rolled his eyes.
If only there were a way to learn to do something productive with this item. It has the look of a tool, nay, an instrument of mythical design. Alas, my poor finite mind is incapable of comprehending the—
If I don't interrupt, how long will you keep going?
Long, long past when it was funny.
It was funny?
The words? Of course not. Your face while I say them, though? Well, it's been said that I am an artist. Unfortunately, the primary subjects of my art can never experience my creations as displayed upon their features.
He flipped the flute, then held it out to Kaladin.
Give it a try. It has the same fingerings as the one you lost and recovered, though not the same capacity.
Wait, I can't play this flute any more than I could play the other one you gave me. I have no idea how.
So?
Wit flipped the flute again, then extended it farther toward Kaladin.
All you have to do is ask.
I guess I do have to wait for Dalinar.
Kaladin looked longingly at the closed door. Dalinar's meetings often overran, despite the many clocks Navani had given him. Kaladin felt an urgency to get to Shinovar, but if he wanted to fly all that way without using up a large sack of gemstones, which would be needed in the battle to come, he had to fly with the high storm, hours away yet. So he had time. And, well, Kaladin felt indebted to Wit. As infuriating as the man, or whatever he was, could be, when Kaladin had been in the worst darkness of the storm, Wit had traveled a nightmare to pull him free. This man was a friend. Kaladin appreciated him, quirks included, so he played the role Wit obviously wanted. Kaladin grabbed the flute.
Would you teach me? I don't have a lot of time, but...
Wit was already moving, whipping up some sheets of paper from the bag by his feet. He waved for his strange ball spren to go away, and Kaladin's wind spren followed, flitting out of the room as Kaladin glanced over the pages. They had odd symbols on them, which made Kaladin nervous, but Wit insisted it wasn't actual writing, merely marks on a paper representing sounds. It took Kaladin a few minutes to realize the joke. Still, over the next hour, Dalinar was really taking his time. Kaladin followed Wit's instructions. He learned the basics of fingering, of reading music, and, hardest of all, how to hold the thing and blow into it properly. At the end of the hour, Kaladin was able to force out a stumbling rendition of the first line of the music, with notes that sounded breathy and weak in comparison to Wit's playing. It was an incredibly simple accomplishment, and he didn't attract a single music spren, yet Kaladin felt he'd climbed a mountain. He was smiling in a stupid way as Syl, full-sized and wearing a hava with purple trim, peeked in to investigate.
Based on the sounds I'm making, she's probably come to see who's stepping on a rat.
Nice work. Next fight, start up a bit of that. Surely the enemy will drop their weapons. Probably just to cover their ears.
If anyone asks about my skill, I'll be sure to tell them who my teacher is.
Wit grinned.
I know that song.
Wit played it for us on the Shattered Plains, back when we first met him. The story of the Wandersail.
I know it better than that, though.
Long ago, that rhythm guided humans across the void from one planet to the other. They followed it to reach your world.
One of the rhythms of Roshar, made into a song with the tones of the gods.
Gods older than yours.
Kaladin remembered that lonely night on the plateaus when he'd still been a bridgeman.
When you first played for us, I could swear the sound came back. You'd play, then talk, and then the song would continue to echo. How did you do that?
I didn't.
But
ask yourself who was listening that night.
Me? Syl? You, presumably.
And
some guards in the distance?
Storms, how can you be from this land yet be so dense?
The wind. The wind was listening.
Maybe you can be salvaged after all.